Hello, my friends. Amy with Campbell Creations, and today we are using Bargain Bead Box December 2024 Glacial Glimmer Collection. And we're going to make a necklace and a pair of earrings. So, in full disclosure, I've already made this, at least the necklace. And the video wouldn't export. So, I've spent 2 days trying to export the video. It wouldn't export, but this necklace is cool enough that I took it apart for the most part, and we are going to make it again. So, if you've been wondering what to do with your beautiful blue agate chip beads that came in the box, I'm going to help you out with that today because we are going to use almost all of them. Almost all of them. There may be 10 chips left. So, very simple. Lots of these chip beads. I have some little 3mm, 4mm daisy spacers here. Got these from thunderhorsedescendant.biz. We're going to use this little aquamarine, faceted aquamarine that came in the box. These crystals that came in the box, and I really like the cloudiness of these. I think these are really cool. That cloudiness just really pulls in so well with the blue and with these chips. And then we have some of these 6mm little bead caps, and these I think go so well with these guys. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do a little wire work with this today. And I'll tell you, my inspiration for this, for the look of this, it came from Becky Foster. So whenever we did our live together and we were going through and doing our design for Gemstone Orphanage, she made these loops that went around the necklace, that she made to go around the necklace. And they're just adorable. So I'm going to make them, and we're going to do them with chip beads. You guys are going to see how cool this looks, but you're also going to see how easy it is to do. So let's do it. Let's do it. So I have some wire cut here. I have soft flex, and this is in medium. I cut this to 18 inches. We're going to set this to the side. We're also using some of the chain from the box, and I have a toggle, and I kept that all together. Daggone it, that poor video. So for our necklace, I want to make some wire loops that's going to be going around the side, and also one that's for the focal. So what I've cut is I have cut this 20 gauge wire in silver. I've cut this to 4 inches, so I have a couple of these. And then I also cut one to 6 inches for our focal because it's going to be a little bit bigger. And all I'm wanting to do here is first, let me show you. Here's how I determine this. So if I come up here and if I grab a piece of wire, this piece of wire, I'm going to make it 1 inch. And when I initially did this, I made it at 2 inches and then saw what was left when I was done, right? And I've done this for each of the steps of my 6-step bell making pliers, but of course I still always recheck myself and remeasure myself. So I have 1 inch here. Okay, I'm going to come in with my 6-step bell making pliers. And what I'm wanting to do today is I'm wanting to use the smallest, so the number 1, and I'm wanting to make a double loop. So we're going to make a double loop on both sides of this. So what I'm wanting to see is how long that piece of wire needs to be for the loop itself. So how much wire is that double loop going to take up? And here's how I decide that or determine that. So measure how much wire you have. You're going to come in here and you're going to make sure you're not feeling this on top. You want the step that you're using furthest away from you. So I have the smallest step furthest away from me, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to make a wrap loop. And when I make this loop, whenever I come around, see, I'm going to make this come back next to it, and I want this to come all the way back around, almost to where it's facing in the front. And how much of this wire did it take to do that? And considering I wanted to go just a little bit further, it took right about 1 inch. So I know that this wrap loop's going to take just a couple millimeters shy of an inch. So then if I wanted to jot that down, then I could come in here with the second step. How much is it, how much is it taking for one wrap? How much is it taking for two? How much is it taking for three? Just so you know, if you wanted that option, hey, you know what it's taking. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make a double wrap. So I'm going to come to this end. I'm going to make sure that the smallest, the one that I want to use, is furthest away from me. I'm going to make sure that I don't feel anything poking up here at the top, and I'm going to wrap. And when I wrap it around, whenever it comes around, you see I want to make sure that it's coming to the side. And I want this to wrap all the way around, just about till it's facing forward. There we go. See where he is? And this one, see how there's a little bit of a gap? We're just going to close him up. We'll just close that gap right up. And just tap tap it. You don't want to distort it. Okay, so now we have one side. So what I'm going to be putting on here is I'm going to do 8 of these chips. And in between these chips, I'm going to have one of our daisy spacers. So this is going to be the simplest of simple to do. But oh, wait till you see it. It's going to pack a beautiful punch. So we're going to do daisy spacer and 8 of these. So 1, that's a big one. Oh, look at the stripes on it. Just a beautiful bead. All right. So that should be 8. So let's come in here and we'll just verify 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to stand this up, and I'm going to stand this up to where that end part is facing to me. Okay, so I'm looking at that end. And I'm going to put my finger in here and I'm just going to loop it around. Loop it around. Best thing to do for here is to have the 2 at the bottom. So you have 3 on each side, 2 at the bottom, and I'm looking to line these up. And you see if they're not quite lined up, just keep bending. Okay, and if this guy gets a little wonky like he is, don't worry about it, not a biggie. And so now these look about even, right? So this guy here who decided to go crazy, I'm just going to come, I'm going to grab both of these and I'm just going to turn him the way he needs to go. Easy as that. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to measure 1 inch because I know it's going to take right at about 1 inch for this double wrap. So I'm going to come in here, grab my cutters, and cut to 1 inch. Look at that. Hold on, wait for it, wait for it. Yeah, he's cool. Okay, so then I'm going to come in here. I kind of got him sideways. He's not so flush. He's flush, but at an angle. So I'm going to come in here, get my handle going. There we go. Smallest step away from me. I can't feel anything on top. I'm making sure of where this is, and I'm going to wrap and wrap until it stops because I know where it's going to stop, right? And it's going to stop at the same place as the other one. Okay, so this started at 4 inches, cut a little bit off, and here we are. Okay, let's make another one. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do my double loop. Bring him out. And we're going to go with 8. There's so much you can do with chip beads. So many people are not fans of chip beads just because they don't really know what to do with them. And I get it. I mean, I was there. But don't let them fool you. They have lots and lots and lots of uses. All right, so I'm going to have this held up. Remember, that is pointing towards me. And I'm just going to put my finger. What I usually do is pinch right here because I know 3 is going to be on this side, and let it roll around my finger. And just let it roll around my finger. Do those look about even? Look about even. And then this guy, I don't know why they're wanting to be so wonky today. He turned all the way around. So we're just going to flip him back around. Right there, where he needs to be. Okay, so I'm going to come in here. We'll measure it to 1 inch. Okay, we'll make sure these chip beads are where we need them to be. And then we'll just come in here and again make our wrap. And here's our wrap. That guy on this one, he's just a little bit longer. I'll trim him up. We'll trim him up just a tad. Now they're matching. So then I have the other ones made. So we're going to have a total of 6 of these, okay? And I just love them. I just love them. Those little daisy spacers are just amazing. You can use the little daisy spacers that you find at Hobby Lobby. They have some, if they still have them in stock, they had some at Bead Box Bargains, and then these are on thunderhorsedescendant.biz. These are the smallest of all of them, and they're just those little bumpies that come up. They're a little bumpier than the other ones. So anyways, let's do the one for our focal. So our focal is going to be about double that size. I know I want double the chips. So we've been doing 8 chips on all of these. So we're going to do 16 chips on this one. Since I am doing the 16, I'll speed it up while I'm making this one, and then we'll move on to preparing this necklace. What do you say? Sound good? Okay. Okay. So we're going to be doing the same thing with this one, except what I'm going to be doing is there will be several down here in the center. So I'm going to come up here, use a couple fingers, and the question is, how far do I want it apart at the bottom? And I think I want it a little bit apart. I think I want it further apart than what my last one was. Okay. That way I have more at the bottom, right? That looks pretty good. Let's look at it down here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's measure this to 1 inch. Oh, and my bracelet. You guys, this bracelet is a prized possession. The most beautiful bracelet I have ever wore. It fits me perfectly. And this was made and gifted to me from our friend Heather. Look at my goosebumps. I love this. Amazonite is my favorite gemstone, and look at all of these different types of Amazonite. And look at this beautiful sterling silver, and I love it. I love it. So I may be wearing this a lot. I may be wearing this on this wrist, so that's something that I made I can wear on this wrist, just for reference purposes for you guys. But I love this bracelet so much. I'll be wearing it always. Ah, thank you, Heather. Thank you, Heather. Anyways, there's lots more that she gifted me that I'm going to be going through with you guys on a separate video. But anywho, look. Ah, okay. On with the work. On with the work. Okay, and then this guy turned around as well. So I want that facing towards the inside because I want them all to be the same. So I'm going to flip him around. Okay. And I'm not squeezing hard, nothing like that. I don't want to distort it. I'm just grabbing a hold of him and twisting him around. Okay, now let's look. Make sure we're even. An optical illusion going on here, I think, but I just can't get even. There we go. Does that look even? Okay. So we have that inch already cut, and so I'm going to come in here with my 6th step, have my smallest step away from me, and I'm going to wrap him up. Yeah, I adjusted that afterwards, so now that is definitely longer, and we're going to clip him off. And then we'll readjust it. So I'm just clipping him off where I want him to be. Hey, you, this is where I want you. That's beautiful. These are beautiful. Makes me so happy. All right. So then let's think of what we're doing here. I want this, and kind of the whole idea when I started thinking about what I wanted to do here is I wanted the chips to look like it was a flow that goes through the whole necklace. So the chips, almost like a wavy flow of water or ice that's coming down to our focal, right? As if that ice is starting to melt and it comes down to our focal. That is what I've been looking for in this necklace and what I'm looking at. And so that's my other part of the inspiration with these chips and with what I want to do with this necklace, is that I just want it to look like a continual flow that's happening. So here's what we're going to do. I know I keep moving him, but I'm going to bring my chips down here, and we're going to be doing the same thing as far as just having spacer, chip, spacer, chip, spacer, chip. This is such a simple necklace. So we're going to start doing that. And I want 5 in between these loops. 2 and 2. There he is. And then let's put one side of our loop in. So we'll put one side. And on the inside, here's the beauty of already having made this. I went back and forth on what to do with the inside and what was going to be long enough and how the spacing was going to work. And I figured it out. So I'm going into this now already having figured that out. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to put one of our daisy spacers, and then I'm going to come in here with a bead cap, one of our beautiful crystal beads, a bead cap, and a daisy spacer. And that's what's going to set in the middle. So then I'm going to come back through here easily. And this is what we're looking at. And so if there's still space, I'm just going to bend him a little more. Okay? Because all of them are going to have those exactly on the inside. So it tells me what size he needs to be or how they're all going to be in sequence, because I'm going to bend him to make sure that these fit. So then I'm going to come right back in here with the daisy spacer and 5 chips with the daisy spacer in between. So love this. So what do you guys have planned for New Year's Eve? Do you guys have anything planned? I do not have anything planned. However, I have something planned tonight. Yes, I do. That just does not happen. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. The day after Christmas is my older sister Dawn's birthday. I have an older sister and a younger brother. And so she just turned 50. And so we are going to go to a brewery, and it's going to be my sister and her husband and my mom and dad and me. And we are going to go and celebrate her and laugh and hang out. And we don't get to do that very often. My sister is very, very busy at work, and I am very, very busy at work. I don't know if I've shared, but my sister is my boss. We've been both working at the company forever. And so, yeah. Have I shared that? I don't know. If not, now you know. So anyways, we work a lot, and we're about to be working a whole lot. So yeah, be really good to get out and celebrate her and get some more family time. And, it was so great to, have this Christmas family time, and then we get to turn around and have some more. I think it's great. Especially because, like I said, me and my sister, we don't live very far from each other, but we don't really talk much or do much because we talk all day at work, and and we both just work a lot. So anyways, when I'm not working, I'm doing this. And when she's not working, she's got things that she does too. So anywho, this is very needed. So I want 3 on each side with our focal in the middle. So I'm going to do another one of these size loops. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put one side in. So I'm so excited to do that. I was really hoping that this video I could get out today, Saturday. But if I don't get the editing done in time, it may have to release Sunday mid-morning, but my fingers are crossed. Know that if you're seeing this Saturday evening, I'm really happy because I got it all done before I had to go. Because I still have to get ready. So anyways, I did all I could to try to salvage having to redo this video and to redo this necklace because it was heartbreaking. I think the worst part was to think about taking that necklace apart because, you know, I made it and I love it and, worked through it and all that good stuff. But anyways, that was the hardest part. But it'll be all right. We are getting it done. And now I have time for earrings. Last time, whenever I did that video, I did it Friday morning and yesterday morning. And so I ran out of time and I had to get ready for work. And so I didn't get to do any earrings. So we have time for earrings today. That makes me happy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So let's talk about our focal. What do we want to do with our focal? So the whole theory of this, and you see what I was talking about where I just want it to look like those chips just flow down and then there's that ice that gets, trapped, that water that gets trapped in between them. That's what's kind of happening here in my mind and where I've been going with this the whole time. And so what I was thinking is, and with the last focal that I did, I just hung these coming down the center. So I had these aquamarine going through the center and dripping down. But I had a thought since then. And I got a little 4mm Preciosa crystal out. And I want that to be hanging down because, again, it's all about this ice and it's, the water flow. And so that's what I'm thinking. So let me get out a couple ball head pins. I don't think we need that many, but you never know. I don't know exactly what I'm doing for the earrings other than I've made these for the earrings. That's all I know. So here, if I take one of these, I know I want this at the bottom, right? This at the bottom. Oh, that'll be beautiful. Beautiful. And then maybe just a couple of these or a few of these. That would be pretty. That way it doesn't hang down too much. And then what if I did 2 others that just had one of these and a crystal? Let's make them up and see. So let me get out a couple more crystals. This is all my Preciosa here. And I got these beautiful drops from beadboxbargains.com. And I was thinking about using them, but I wanted to use what came in the box, as much of what came in the box as possible. And anyone can get a clear little bicone to add in, but it's not as easy to find a beautiful drop to put down in the center if you're wanting to recreate this. So that's what we're doing here. So we will see if we want to go that route or not. Look at this dark one. That's cool. And then one more. I don't want to overcrowd it, but after I had made that necklace and I was looking down at, and here's a picture of the original. When I was looking down at it, I was like, it would be cool if there was more coming down to that center instead of just one center coming down, you know? And so that's what I'm thinking about doing. And I like the look of this. What do you think? I like that. All right, let's wrap those loops. So let's make a couple wrap loops here. Oh, I got the springy ones. These are not the Bead Box Bargains ball head pins. The ones at Bead Box Bargains aren't springy like this. I'm not a fan of the springy metal. See how it just, because it wants to go back. So it doesn't make the prettiest wraps, but it'll do. We'll be all right. Okay. That'd be good. And then the big guy. Yeah, I'm a little shaky today. I didn't get much sleep. These wraps aren't too bad. Not for this, considering I had to use the springy one. Okay. Clip those as low as I can go. And let's tuck those in. Well, I didn't get him that close. Okay. So then we'll probably do one of these in between. So if I go through the first side, I come in here. I may do two. Let's try two. And I don't want any metal in between them. I don't think anyways. Because I want it to look very icy, very watery. Okay, two more. This guy. And if it doesn't line up, we'll adjust how many beads we do. But when I said one, I was like, no, 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 two. One will not give enough room. They'll be on top of each other. And we don't want that. and then 2 more. And then we'll check our size there. Yeah, that looks better. I like that. And then we can just pinch this a little bit and it'll make the right size. Yeah, I do like that. Yeah, that is pretty. Okay. Yep, I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. So I'm probably just going to speed this along and knock out the other side. You see what I'm doing? I'm just going to continue it up here and then we'll meet right back here. Deal? Deal. Okay, so look at this beautiful necklace. Ah! I'm so excited. So I did this other side and then I put a 2mm spacer bead at the end. Okay, so that's what the end looks like. And then let's now, before we close it up, this is, oh, also, that's all the chip beads that's left. And I've already made the little loops that's going to be for the earrings. So this is literally all that's left that came in the box at that point. So there's that. Here, I'm wanting to hold this up. And what I'm checking for now at this point is to make sure that there is no gaps. So like here, there was extra gaps, so I'm just making sure that these are squeezed so that they're on those beads. Okay, let's look again. Do we see any gaps? Any big gappage? Nope, that should be good. All right, I'm liking it. I am liking it. It almost looks like here, because I have a big bead here, it almost looks like this one here doesn't have as many beads on the side, but it does. It's the same amount, it's the same thing, but I've looked at it 3 times now, so, and I just did again. So if you're looking at it too, yep, been there. This is so cool and it's so fluid. Look at it. Ah, this is so much fun, you guys. So much fun. Okay, so let's end this. Okay, and this isn't going to have much movement, so both sides I'm going to end as if it's the last side. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this side because it's where we have the least amount of wire. So let's come in here and pop that on. Grab our little tip. Oh boy. Okay, let's come in there. Luckily this is the first side and I'm just going to squeeze it. We'll make sure everything's nice and scooched up, but that's about as good as I was getting that. That was kind of difficult. Okay. Close that up real good. Okay, so then now I'm wanting to make sure I'm letting gravity do it, but I'm also, what I'm doing is I roll them. I just kind of roll them in my fingers, because what that does is it helps settle them in on each other. And this time you don't have to do so much because they're not right on top of each other. There's spacers in between, but that still makes sure that they're all settled. Then we're just gonna whirl this guy around here so we know he has plenty of movement. And then we are gonna get this down in there and we'll crimp him off. So we need room to be able to close this. Oh, I need to make that bigger. Oh, these stainless steel ones. So I'm going to come down in here. I'm going to push down and then I'm going to ever so slightly loosen up. It just barely moves that, but it seems for me to be just enough that I can close this clamshell without making things too tight. And that's what I'm looking for. We have that little guy sticking out. You see that little guy? So let's open this back up. Let's clip him down a little lower. Where are you? There you are. That's always the most difficult clip to make, is whenever you've just got to get that little bit. And I didn't open that up as much. Okay. Now we'll close it. Okay. Beautiful. And last time I had went ahead and measured it, so I know how much chain we need. This hits me at my collarbone. Okay, and so let's put that chain on, and then we'll give an overall measurement on this necklace. And I am just so happy with this, so happy with this. And the positive to having to redo it is I was able to redo this focal. And I just kept looking at that focal with the one going down in the middle, like I really wish I would have tiered that down. So, hey. Okay, so we'll come in here and we'll add our chain. And then we'll go on to the earrings. Oh, and this actually isn't the chain that came in the box. I love this chain though. This is the chain that I got so many of from beadboxbargains.com. I believe so anyways. Maybe it's the chain that came in the box. I don't remember. I have a problem with this month. I took the chain out and put it with my other chain, and then I'm like, Amy, why did you do that? And then I don't remember which chain. So, you know, we're just going to roll with it. Use your chain, friends. Use your chain. All right. Sorry, all I could think about for a second was how itchy my nose was. So I had to. It's one of those things whenever you're in a predicament where you know you can't scratch your nose, that's when your nose wants to itch. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love this necklace. I love it. Love it. And I don't mind at all having to redo it because I love it. Okay, so let's measure it. So we'll come in here. We're about 6. So we're about 11, so it's 22-inch necklace. And it's just a beauty. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope you guys love it too. All right, so let's make some earrings. All I have so far are these. And I know I want those in the earrings. And I did put at the bottom center, I did put one of the chunky ones and one of the long ones so that they would kind of match. And actually what I'm thinking is, let's see, if I did, what I was thinking was chain coming through the center and literally just coming up to me and then dangling a crystal. Question is, which kind of crystal? Do I want one of these or one of these? Or maybe one of these with one of these in it. Oh, okay. Yep, that's what we'll do. Okay, that's figured out. Okay, so let's get out a couple of these. Hopefully these are different than those. And let's make 2 more of these. So I need to get out 2 of our little aquamarine. and 2 for pretty little crystals. And the chain that I want to use is just this textured chain. That way I know it'll go through it. Wire 416. And so this is just the textured chain from Bead Box Bargains. And so that's what we'll do. So we'll do this first one and see how long we want that chain to be. So let's knock these out. I love Preciosa crystals. If I said Precosa anytime, I'm sorry. It just happens. I don't understand why I do it. There's a few words that I am fully aware I say wrong. And I think about it all the time, but then the incorrect way just gets said. And with Preciosa, half the time I say Precosa. Don't know why. It makes me crazy. Okay. Anyways, we're good. We're good. So just know if I did say it, I'm annoyed with myself, and I'll find it during editing. Oh yeah, this is the good little ball head pin from beadboxbargains.com, not the springy stuff. This is the good stuff. I'll just get a few wraps in there. Come on. I can't believe I'm going to actually go and do something this evening. I never do anything, you guys. I am about the most boring person that you can know. And you know, I've really struggled since September. Also with just not having motivation to want to do anything but hang out with you guys and my beads and work. I mean, it's so bad I order my groceries online and just go pick them up so that I don't have to worry about going through the grocery store. I tell you. Yeah, that'll be pretty. I was hoping when I was making those wraps, I was like, am I making these wraps too much? Is it going to be down too long and then doesn't even fit? But no, I think they'll fit. I think they'll be all right. So let's make sure, though, that our chain will go through this. I'm just talking and going. Let's make sure it'll go through this little guy. Of course not. Amy's silly. It could, but no, that's not going to work now. That's not going to work. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get out... Actually, I'm going to cut a couple pieces of wire. Let's get a couple pieces at 4 inches. And the reason why I'm not showing you this is because all of my wire is on my little container here. My tower. Okay, so let's do this. Let's bring this around. Let's do it with wire. And we'll do a wrapped loop up top. Okay, so then that's going to also open up to where we can, oh, we can't use these. Okay, so then what I'll do is I will have this come from the top up here. This will be connected to our ear wire, and then we'll have 2 pieces of chain coming down to connect here. That's what we'll do. Okay, so didn't need that wire after all. How about that? So let's get out our ear wires that we want to use. So let's go with these guys. Let's go with these guys. And so if this is hanging down, then the chain is going to be coming down from there. So how much chain will we want? Because we're also going to have a jump ring. So maybe, because I would love if this still kind of came down in here, right? So what if we just did 3 links? Because then we'll have a jump ring at the bottom. Let's do that. Let's do that and check it out. So we'll do a 4 cut. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, cut the 4th. One, come on. 1, 2, 3, cut the 4th. And then we'll check these out before I cut the other 2. We'll make sure that this is right, just in case we have to recut. I don't want to recut those 2, and jump rings. Just the babies. The babies are all we need. Okay. So let's come in here. Let's open up our ear wire. And we are going to do chain. Actually, let's put the jump rings on the chain first. Amy, let's do that. Let's go ahead and get these connected. That would be better. And then we'll put our ear wire on. I just knew we were connecting to the ear wire, so I was like, let's go to the ear wire. Let's make sure this will go through a double wrap and still have movement. That I didn't think about. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work. We're going to have a bigger jump ring. Yeah, because even if I put this guy directly through, no, that's not going to work. Okay, no worries. We can always use our trusty ovals. So let's do this again. Let's connect him. Get out another one. If I close this up. do this, this, and then my other side. Actually, that works out all right. And then our ear wire. Very pretty. Very pretty. So let's make the other one. We're good with the four cut now, we know. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, grab and cut the fourth. One, 2, 3, cut the fourth. Okay, this was wire 416. Just put these up. I am just silly sometimes, you guys, silly. So if you guys aren't doing anything New Year's Eve, I don't know if I'm doing anything. As of right now, I have no plans. But I could have plans with you for a little bit. Now, full disclosure, I am not cool enough to stay up till midnight. I've done it a couple times, just a couple times. And I'm pretty sure those times that I did that, I took a nap earlier at like 7 or 8. I am a wake up a couple hours after midnight kind of person, not go to bed at midnight or after. So let me know. Let me know if you'd be game for hanging out with me for about an hour on live. And then we will proceed accordingly, as I tell my clients. Just let me know and I'll proceed accordingly. Okay, so here we go. We're going on the last one here. We're going to pop our little guy on. And then we're going to pop our guy on again. And then we're going to grab this end chain link. And then our ear wire. Love it. So much. And this video had better export. If not, I actually will cry. I will cry. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me, my friends. I appreciate you being here with me. I appreciate you being here while we made this necklace and pair of earrings. And let me know about New Year's Eve. And until we meet back here on this bead mat, I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye, friends.